and scores.
Thomas Lang making it go.
Back to Lynn. Lynn posts up. Down on the left wing of Laclona. He fakes the pass, but there's a shot from way out front. Swish!
That's McGackey.
McGackey hits the tray.
So McGackey hit that tray. He immediately turned to the student section and acknowledged it.
Into Cheney. Cheney is stuffed, but he double clutches and puts it in. Oh, my goodness. What great body control by Cheney.
You know, the beautiful thing on that play, he dished it down low to John Cheney. That was a great look by Ryan Brown.
Team ball. All right, welcome, ladies and gentlemen, to Linganore High School, home of the Lancers, and we've got some more high school basketball for you. And this is a gift, a Christmas present, our Christmas present to you, because we think this game has the potential to be one of the better games this year. My name is Michael Betteridge. I'll be doing your color. Joined here courtside with Michael Reinick. He'll be doing our play-by-play. Tonight is the first meeting between these two teams this year. The Linganore Lancers are hosting the boys' Oakdale Bears. And Oakdale leads this series, Michael, 8-4. Oakdale's got a powerful team.
Yeah, Oakdale's probably the class of Frederick County, and Linganore is going to try to prove tonight that they belong in the same conversation with them. A couple of years ago in the Thomas Lang senior year, Linganore was able to get the best of Oakdale twice, but for the most part, Oakdale's owned this series for the last 4 or 5 years, and it's a contrast in styles. Oakdale loves to play man-to-man defense. They love to get in your face. They play a power game with a lot of flex offense, and the Lancers kind of a little more freewheeling, and they're going to switch up. They're going to play multiple defenses, and it's going to be a couple of the county's best players, Colin Schlee and Nick Lang, going at each other. And for the last 4 or 5 years, a couple of the county's best programs.
And what makes this game so exciting, Michael, is both these teams come in undefeated with a 4-0 record, so something's got to give.
Yeah, and if you look at what Oakdale's done to their opponents so far, they haven't been in really a close game. They beat TJ by 15, but all the rest of their games have been like 30-point wins. And this is kind of the change in the schedule a little bit. The Gambrels and the Spires divisions here, these teams this could be a preview of what we see at Hood College in early February.
And that's a great point. And these, regardless of what's going to happen out there in February, we are expecting a really good game here tonight, because these two teams always come ready to play. And actually, if you look at the gym, you'd swear it was a Friday night.
Yeah, no, we got a nice crowd here. I see a lot of the former players from Linganore and probably for Oakdale here in the stands. So, they've been battle-tested, and the student sections are filling up. We were here last week, and probably could have counted on our fingers and toes the number of students here. But tonight, Oakdale, Linganore always means a little bit more, whether it's football, basketball, baseball, soccer, whatever it is. This game is going to mean bragging rights, because a lot of these kids are separated by a couple of miles at most between Newmarket and Oakdale High School.
All right, some other games going on we'll keep you abreast of tonight. TJ's at South Hagerstown. That's in the boys' side. Urbana is hosting North Hagerstown. Frederick, this is a big game. Frederick-Tuscarora at Frederick. That ought to be an interesting game.
Yeah, we saw Frederick last week, and they show flashes of brilliance. And Tuscarora also seems to be inconsistent, losing their first game and then moving on from there.
Yeah. Girls' side, TJ's at South Hagerstown. Urbana at North Hagerstown. Tuscarora, Frederick. And we're going to step aside for a break. We'll be right back.
Only 0.5% of all high school student athletes play basketball in college, but all 100% of them become adults. That's why playing basketball in their high school team is so important. High school athletes learn life lessons that help them grow up, lessons that can't be taught in the classroom and often aren't taught at home. This message presented by the Maryland Public Secondary Schools Athletic Association and the Maryland State Athletic Directors Association.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownies Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownies is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownies Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Linganore High School, the Lancers. We're ready for the introduction of the players, and we were talking a little bit about some of the other games going on around the county right now. Middletown's at Catoctin. That's going to be an
Actually, I think
game.
they played last night. Middletown pulled out a close victory. I think it was 54-49.
That was last night at Catoctin?
Yeah,
All right.
Yeah.
And then Walkersville's at Brunswick.
Yeah, so you know, you're going to start seeing the separation in the county here as the top teams, and even though you know, Walkersville's played Linganore and they played Oakdale, that doesn't count against them in their division. So you know, those are kind of prep games for them.
They sure are.
And you know, Urbana, they're I think 3-2. They've played some pretty competitive competition, and they've won a couple games. They're a young team. Who knows where they're going to be in a couple of weeks?
And you know, they pulled off that win the other night. What was it, at the buzzer, right?
Yeah, they hit a 3-pointer down by 1. So you know, so I think that, you know, this battle testing that the kids are going to start having here. And then we talked about it the last game. A lot of these teams are going to be moving on to holiday tournaments, and the better teams try to challenge themselves in those holiday tournaments.
Yes, they do.
Both Oakdale and Linganore are going to be going down to Salisbury to play in the DMV Classic that's down there.
All right.
And, you know, they'll have a mix of private school, public school, stuff like that. Yeah. And then Montgomery-Frederick County combo is always a really good one, too.
Like Quince Orchard or
you'll get
something,
Quince Orchard and Seneca Valley and Magruder. They're going to come play these Frederick County teams. So you know what? Everybody coming out of the break after the first year, they're going to have a pretty good idea where they stand and what work they got to do.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to thank our game sponsors for making this broadcast possible. Brownies Auto Care, Cousins Ace Hardware of Thurmont, David Salon, Frederick County Bank, Gettysburg Auto Auction, MedOne Pharmacy, and Play It Again Sports. Thanks for sponsoring tonight's basketball game. This is boys basketball's finest, the Linganore Lancers hosting the Oakdale Bears. Michael, how do you see the different styles of these two teams? What should we look for? You know, I've seen this play out over the last couple of years with my son being on the Linganore team. What we'll see going forward is going to be that Oakdale plays their very power game. They're going to play a lot of man-to-man. They're going to pressure the ball, and there's going to be a lot of defense. They're going to body up. They don't mind getting a foul called on them. On offense, Colin Schlee is their leader. Colin Schlee's averaging about 17 points a game. He's the number one guy out there, but their other options are Noah Polk, Chase French, and then Drew Gisario. He's kind of the motor that makes it all go, and my guess is he's going to be matched up against Nick Lang for the Lancers. He's leading them in almost every category, and Nick is getting help from the versatile Christian Nolan. He's getting help from Drew Twillman, who's averaging almost 12 points a game. And then his brother Sean Lang, we saw play when they were here last week at Frederick, and Sean had five 3-pointers. So I think, you know, the Lancers run kind of multiple offenses, multiple defenses. They rely a lot on decision-making by their players on the court, whether they cut back door, whether they come across, whether they do lots of different things. So to me, as I look at this going forward, I think it's going to be the predictable man-to-man defense of Terry Connolly's Oakdale Bears, trying to control that and the boards. The Bears, you were making the comment, they're pretty big. And they're big, and they're also athletic. They're not guys that can't jump at all. And so Linganore's got to box out. If not, they're going to find themselves, 1, getting into foul trouble, 2, giving up second shots. And when they give up second shots against Oakdale, you don't win the game. Yeah, absolutely. And, you know, interestingly enough, Oakdale only returns 2 starters from last year's team. That's Schlee and Gisario. How do you say that? Jezero?
Jezero. There we go.
Jezero. Okay,
we got it. We asked Coach Conley that one because I knew we were going to be tongue twisted all day long.
All right, here we go, Michael. I'll turn it over to you, play-by-play.
All right, it's Noah Polk to jump center with Christian Nolan. The tip goes back to Oakdale. It's controlled by Jezero. Jezero is coming up. He's got Colin Schlee, Chase French, Noah Polk, and it looks like J.P. DiLorenzo. Chase goes around to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo to the top of the key. Back down to Chase French. Chase French drives baseline. French goes baseline. Looked like he stepped out of bounds. No call. DiLorenzo with the ball. Back out the top of the key to Jezero. There's 10 seconds on the shot clock. Jezero goes to Schlee out past the timeline. Schlee on the deck. Guarded by Nick Lang. Goes to Chase French. Nick Lang with the steal. Lang, Jezero coming up behind. Lang controls it. Goes back out to his brother Sean, to Christian Nolan in the corner. Nolan looks inside. He drives with the right hand. He's got Jezero coming up. They're calling a jump ball on the drive.
Yeah.
Looked like a lot of contact with the jump ball. So now that possession should go to the Lancers.
Well, as a former ref, I can tell you have to have two hands from opposite players on the ball, and that just didn't happen.
All right, here we go. Christian Nolan to inbound. Nolan comes inbound to Nick Lang. Loose ball controlled by Jezero, and here he comes up the court. Leading the Bears. He goes to Colin Schlee in the corner. Schlee with the jump shot for three. It's long. Rebounded by Sean Lang. That's what we said. The Lancers have to control that defensive board. Nick Lang brings the ball up. Lancers are into their motion offense to Christian Nolan, to Drew Twillman at the top. Down in the corner, Nick Lang. Nick Lang with his left back to the top of the key. Sean Lang, Drew Twillman in the corner. Nick Lang out at the timeline to Christian Nolan at the top. Nolan with his left drives against Jezero. Nice backdoor cut by Tommy Moyer. Out of bounds, knocked out of bounds by Noah Polk. 9 on the shot clock.
The Bears are playing a man defense right now, and they're really keeping Leonore from penetrating.
Nolan on the inbounds. He comes inbounds to Drew Twillman. Stolen by Colin Schlee. Schlee bringing up with the left hand. Schlee kicks it wide. Twillman gets back in the play, knocks it away himself.
We saw a lot of that last week, Michael, with between Twillman and Schlee on steals down court. They get back fast.
They do, and that's part of the big part of the game is that transition. Polk with the shot. Rebound comes to Nick Lang. Nick Lang pushes it hard with his right. Goes cross court to Sean Lang. To Drew Twillman, who fakes the three. Spin move to his left. Off the glass, no good.
Wow.
Rebound Polk. Out of bounds off Polk. Lancers ball.
It's still 0-0. Nobody seems to be able to get that ball in the bucket right now.
Well, I think there's a few nerves and a lot of few nerves from the players and probably a lot of adrenaline here. Yep. Nick Lang takes the inbound from Christian Nolan. He goes to Tommy Moyer, back to Nick Lang. Nick Lang for three.
There it is. Nick Lang breaks the hole with a beautiful tray.
3-0. Jezero counters all the way down with the left hand, scores. That's one thing Tom Craft's going to make sure they got to stop the ball. First thing on defense. So here we go. Drew Twillman now in the front court. Twillman dribbling out, three-point line, goes to Sean Lang, to Nick Lang. Nick Lang now guarded by Jezero. Roll
Give
to
and
Christian
go.
Nolan.
Yeah, it worked. Simple pick and roll.
Christian Nolan with the assist from Sean Lang. Inbound pass comes to Colin Schlee, and he's looking to bring it up. Euro step. Ball rolls off the rim. Let's see who the foul is going to be on for the Lancers here.
So we'll have our first free throw of the game here.
We don't have in-gym announcer today, so we're going to have to rely on the scoreboard to find out who that foul was on. That was on Nick Lang. That's his first. Colin Schlee makes the first free throw. 5:37, 5-3 Lancers. Colin Schlee shooting the second.
Short.
Rebound pulled down by Twillman. Twillman brings the ball up court. Twillman over the half-court line with his left hand, getting pressure from Schlee to Nolan. Nolan hands off to Lang. Lang tries to go behind. Stolen by French. In the forecourt to Schlee. Schlee with the jump shot. Short. Rebound to Twillman.
They're not working that offense down there. Oakdale needs to settle down and work the ball a bit.
Nick Lang comes into the front court. Nick Lang setting up the Lancers offense. Nick Lang to his left, goes to Sean Lang. Sean Lang dribbles down towards the corner, looks for the roll, not there. To Twillman, to Nick Lang. Nick Lang to his left, Drew Twillman for three. Long, no good. Rebound comes out, tipped by Tommy Moyer to Nick Lang. Nick Lang
Beautiful
inside to Christian
no-look.
Nolan.
Yeah, no-look pass by Lang. Nolan was camped underneath in the paint, and he just put it into the layup.
7-3 Lancers. Jazario into the forecourt. Jazario loses it. Goes between Nick Lang or Sean Lang's legs. Looks like it went out off of Sean Lang. So
again, Oakdale not trying to work that offense. Each individual player with the ball is looking to drive.
Oakdale's really good in these set pieces. Watch the lob, Michael. They like to lob to their big guys on the set piece. Jazario, bounce pass into the paint. Twillman down on the floor. Gets it to Nick Lang. Nick Lang coming up with the left. Nick Lang, smart move. He had Jazario kind of working behind him.
He had a 1-on-4 on that break. He wanted to hold that up.
They come back out. They get it to Drew Twillman, to Nick Lang at the timeline on the right-hand side. Nick Lang drives right baseline, pulls back, shoots the jumper. Good.
Yeah, it rattles and drops.
4:13 left, 9-3 Lancers. J.P. DiLorenzo brings the ball in the forecourt to Jazario. Jazario back to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo dribbles hard to his left, kind of forces it to Polk for three from outside. That's
wide
good.
Open.
That's the 6'5 Noah Polk hitting a three. 9-6 Lancers. Nick Lang bringing it up now against Drew Jazario. They switch on the screen. Noah Polk on Lang. Lang goes to Sean Lang in the corner. Sean Lang with his left. Hits the cutting Twillman.
Beautiful.
Nice pass, nice cut.
Twillman cut from the corner, and he was wide open for the little jump pass.
11-6 Lancers. Colin Schlee brings the ball into the forecourt. Colin Schlee goes over to Jazario. Jazario to his left, looking for the roll man, French. Jazario takes it hard. Off the glass, no good. Rebound, Tommy Moyer. Moyer has it stripped by French. French goes up with his left and scores.
Nice defense. Chase French stripped that ball away and put it right up and in.
11-8 Linganore. 3 minutes left. Into the corner to Sean Lang. He shoots. No good. Rebound to Colin Schlee.
Yeah.
There's a bump on the rebound. Let's see what the call is.
Terry Connolly was airborne before the referee could blow the whistle on that foul. He wanted that call.
All right, we got a bunch of substitutions coming in for the Lancers. Number 4, Zach Willett. Number 3, Joe Kolick are going to come in for Tommy Moyer and for Drew Twillman. And Noah Polk is coming out, replaced by number 11, Kevin Harris, and number 5, Musa Crawford. I believe he came in for DiLorenzo. So those are our substitutions. 11-8 Lancers. Jazario to the basket with the left. No good. Rebound French.
There's a whistle. There's a foul underneath. That's going to go against Linganore.
So they're calling a push. They're calling it underneath. Who's fouls on?
Non-shooting foul.
It's a non-shooting foul.
We've got a sub.
Lancers are going to bring Matt Schiller in. Schiller's about 6'3", going to help try to counteract some of what's going on here. 3 fouls on the Lancers, none on Oakdale. 2:49 left first quarter. 11-8. We're here at Linganore High School. Drew Jazario to throw the inbounds pass. Jazario goes to Crawford. Crawford looks to drive, goes back to Jazario in the corner. Back out front to Colin Schlee. Schlee goes to set up the offense. Schlee goes to Musa Crawford. Outside on the right-hand side, Lancers are matched up to Chase French. Chase French looks to go. Throws a long skip pass to Colin Schlee. Recovery by Nick Lang. Nick Lang takes him to the corner. Hard pass goes off the head of French, but rebounds to Crawford. There's 10 on the shot clock. Jazario guarded by Zach Willett.
He's looking for a screen. Jazario calling for the screen.
There's not a lot of time on the shot clock. Pass down at the paint.
Right off.
Goes off Kolick's leg. There's going to be 1 second left on the shot clock.
Yeah,
1 second on the shot clock.
So that means they're going to have to inbound and shoot.
All right, so with number 32, Brandon Champagne coming in to get some more inside presence. Coming in for number 13, Sean Lang. This is going to have to be a catch and shoot for Oakdale. Maybe they can get a single dribble off. We'll see. Jazario inbounds to Harris. He's holding it.
Yeah,
That's a shot clock violation.
He had to shoot. I mean, why did he back out?
I just didn't understand the situation there.
And he and Champagne are yakking at each other right now.
Yeah, Champagne was a defensive end on the football team, so I'm pretty sure he's not going to take a whole lot here. Here comes Nick Lang. Nick Lang coming up to his left. Goes to Matt Schiller in the corner. Schiller puts the ball on the deck. Oh, it looks like he had something. Goes to Kolick, cutting. No good. Rebound goes to...
Champagne was fouled. That's a makeup call. He got fouled on the first attempt, and on the second he got fouled again, and they called it.
So it looks like Brandon Champagne, number 32, will be shooting 2 for the Lancers. I'll tell you what the Lancers are doing really well, Michael. They're cutting away from the ball. The foul was on number 2, so that's Colin Schlee, his first, and the team's first. Champagne's first free throw around the rim and good.
Ooh, that one hung on the back of the rim for a second and then dropped.
DiLorenzo returns in the game for Colin Schlee. And 1:53 left, 12-8 Lancers. Champagne's second around the rim and good again. Nice soft touch. 13-8 Lancers, 1:53. Inbound goes to Jazario. Zach Willett pressures him up court. Jazario backs it out. Jazario dribbles to his left, looks back to his right, goes to Harris. Harris outside the three-point line to Musa Crawford. He's getting a pick from French. He goes the opposite way of the pick. Oh, and drives hard. Attempted charge block on there. Called the foul on Zach Willett on the block. That was a nice move by Crawford. He actually was getting the ball screen to his right. Everyone thought he would try going to his right, fought over it. Instead, he went to his left, right to the basket.
That's two.
That's a second foul on Zach Willett. And he'll be replaced by Drew Twillman.
Yeah, he's going to take a seat.
Musa Crawford makes the first free throw. Crawford to shoot the second, 13-9. He makes the second, 13-10, 137.
It's a three-point game.
Nick Lang inbounds to Drew Twillman. 1:35 left. Drew Twillman brings it up across the line. He goes to Matt Schiller to Nick Lang out in the left wing. Lang puts it on the deck with his right. Pull-up jumper. No good. Rebound comes out. Controlled by Jazario. Jazario coming down the middle. Who's going to step up for the Lancers? Nobody. He takes the short jumper. It's short. Rebound on the floor.
Oh,
somehow
what a
Nick Lang comes away with
Nick Lang, yes. He just took it away from him with strength.
Lang to Twillman in the corner for three. Short. Rebound by Champagne. Straight back up.
Oh,
no
it rolls
good.
in and out.
And thrown away by Jazario trying to hit Crawford. He was running away from the ball. I'll tell you what, Brandon Champagne's giving them some toughness and energy.
He really
inside.
is. I'm impressed. We didn't see him last week, did we?
He did not play against Frederick, but he did have 5 points against North Hagerstown, and they have a very aggressive 6'6" player, and he came in for that reason. Nick Lang's going to take a break, and number 23, Bennett Formulac, comes in for the Lancers. Twillman dribbling, loses the dribble, getting pressured by Colin Schlee, regains it. He goes over to Bennett Formulac on the right-hand side. Formulac guarded by Jazario. Jazario pokes it away. Formulac regains it. Formulac in the corner to Champagne. Back to Formulac. Not handled well by the Lancers on that one.
Yeah.
Oakdale brings it up. JP DiLorenzo at the three-point line. He kicks it out to Jazario. 28 in the shot clock, 33 on the game clock. Whenever you see Terry Conley go to that elbow, that muscle, that's their low flex offense, and that's what they get. They get the cut.
DiLorenzo was wide open on the back door, and he just hit him standing there alone.
13-12 Lancers, shot clock's off. 13 left here in the second quarter. The count's on. Twillman gets a screen from Champagne. He's driving. He loses control.
Yeah, I knew that.
Ball's on the floor in the
jump ball. There it is.
It's going to be a jump ball.
Possession arrow goes to?
It should actually go to
Oakdale.
Possession arrow should go to Oakdale. Yeah. I'm not sure. They got the arrow incorrect. It should
Oakdale's going to get the ball with 0.8 seconds on the clock, down by 1.
Correct. And
they have not led this entire first.
No, and that's to the Lancers' advantage because now they'll get the ball to start the second quarter.
And a baseball fires it down the court, and time expires.
All right, so at the end of the first quarter here at Linganore High School, Lancers lead 13-12. This is high school basketball on 1450 WTHU. We'll be back.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Buckystown Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports in Frederick for whatever sport you play.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're here at Linganore High School, where the Lancers have the ball now.
Nick Lang brings the ball in the forecourt, gets it to his brother Sean Lang, and Drew Twillman in the corner. Goes to Christian Nolan. Twillman on the cut. Nice layup. Good.
Yeah, he was wide open.
15-12. They've been getting a lot off that cut. Quickly in the front court to Slee with the pull-up. No good. Rebounded by Sean Lang. Sean Lang,
Jump ball, possession error, Linganore.
a lot of contact there.
Yep.
Jump ball. It'll be actually Oakdale possession because Linganore got the ball to start the second quarter after that quick tie-up we had at the end of the first,
All right, I didn't see that.
first quarter.
Right.
Now they're going to check this out. The shot clock can't be right because that was coming off a rebound, so they're going to have to reset the shot clock. Yeah.
There it goes. They got it reset now.
Shot clock reset.
Once again, the story of this whole first part of this ball game is that Oakdale not working the perimeter of their offense. They're just individual shooters are shooting or driving, and they're trying to make something. Just not really working that offense at all. Linganore on the other side is working the offense quite well.
Yeah, we saw that one time when Oakdale was able to run their flex offense right at the end of the first half. They got the layup down off the block.
Right.
But they just have not been getting into that. They're now saying they are going to 14 seconds on the shot clock. Not really sure how that was, unless they said maybe the shot by Schlee didn't hit anything.
Yeah.
It might have been long. There's that lob into Polk in the center. Polk against Moyer. They're calling a hook on Polk, and the foul
on the elbow on Polk. Wow, that's a gutsy call.
Coach Conley doesn't like that call, and it's been so physical underneath there. It's hard to believe that that was the call, but second team foul against the Bears, 4 on the Lancers. Lancers bring the ball up. Nick Lang over the half-court line, dribbling Jazario on him. Lang goes to his left, into the corner to Sean Lang, who comes back out top to Christian Nolan. Christian Nolan with Chase French on him. Nolan crosses over, goes in the corner, steal by Colin Schlee. Schlee forward to DiLorenzo. Lorenzo's layup is good.
Easy. They had a two-man break on that all alone. He could have picked his player, Tesorio, or the other one.
Now they've gone into it looks like a 1-3-1 trap off that make. Sean Lang in the corner gets it to his brother Nick.
Wide open.
Jump shot, no good. Rebound Tommy Lang. Rebound Christian Nolan. Nice left-handed good.
Put back is good. Good blocking out there by the Lancers in the paint.
And that's something. When you go to that zone, it's harder to block out on the defensive end, and the Lancers were able to get an offensive rebound. Jazario into the front court. Goes down. It's actually kicked by, I think, Drew Twillman.
Yeah.
So that should be, they do not reset the shot clock. 26 seconds left on the shot clock. Jazario is lobbying with the referee underneath the basket, and he's going to be throwing the ball in. They go in the corner to Chase French, and they try to get Polk on the roll. They missed him on the roll. They go back out front to Colin Schlee. 20 seconds left. He'll give it to Jazario, and they're going to reset their set offense. They got Noah Polk on the baseline. Colin Schlee's going to set a pick and then roll. Switch by the Lancers. Jazario drives down, runs along the baseline, teeters on the baseline. They go to Polk at the top of the key for 3.
It's hard to believe a big kid like that could shoot such a soft touch.
And then steal by Colin Schlee. Schlee to the basket, lays it in.
Love the way he used his body to protect the ball on that layup.
I agreed. So now, that quickly, 5 points by the Bears. They're up by 2, 19-17.
First lead of the game for Oakdale.
6:04 left.
Stolen
Twillman
again.
Throws it inside. It looks like it's stolen. Somehow goes back to Twillman and lays it in.
Wow, that was just a great play on the ground by Sean Lang.
19 all. Jazario driving to the basket, goes baseline. He gets it around to Nick Lang, and they're going to call Lang on the bump on the baseline.
Let me tell you what, he stepped on that line before they called the whistle.
Yeah, he there was no reason to bump him. There was nowhere he could go. They're going to throw the inbound. The lob to Polk on the inbound. He gets the roll.
That's the one you were talking about right there.
Noah Polk, I believe, with 8 points, 8 of the 21, 21-19 Oakdale. Oakdale's back into their man-to-man now. They come out to take the ball away from Nick Lang. Lang in the corner to Christian Nolan. They trap the corner. Come back to Nick Lang, who dribbles back out. Lang bounce pass to Tommy Moyer at the top of the key. Sean Lang for 3. Around the rim, no good. Noah Polk with the rebound. Now he's leading the break. He goes right at Nick Lang. That was a smart move. Lang with 2 fouls. Polk with the rebound.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, he got him.
Looks like the foul's on number 31, Tommy Moyer.
Yeah. I mean, Polk had to go back up with it when he missed his own shot. And if you don't get clean ball, there's going to be a whistle, and that's just incidental contact.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, though. I'm impressed by Noah Polk. He's made 2 3-pointers. He's their biggest guy, toughest rebounder underneath. And now he's leading the break.
Did you see the touch on that foul shot just now?
Noah Polk makes his first free throw. He's comfortable from anywhere on the court. So
that ball didn't kiss. It didn't kiss the net. It didn't swish the net. It kissed it.
Yeah, he's on today. 22-19.
Whoa!
And we jinxed him.
The jinx on him, right?
Christian Nolan with the rebound. 22-19. Polk missed the second. 5 minutes left here in the second quarter in the first half. They're coming to trap Nick Lang out top. He goes to Matt Schiller. Schiller goes to Drew Twillman. They go back out to Lang. Schiller at the elbow. He's got to take that shot. Yeah.
Oh.
Back to Schiller. Goes down to Nolan on the baseline. Back to Schiller. Schiller with the left. No good. They call a foul.
Yeah, it was a little late on the whistle there, but it was clearly a foul on Schiller.
So Matt Schiller is going to be shooting 2. It looks like the foul is going to be on number 23, Noah Polk, if I'm correct.
How many is that on him?
That's his second. So he may take a little bit of a break here. He's playing so aggressively. Matt Schiller, number 44, to take the first free throw for the Lancers. It's long.
And Coach Connolly's over there yapping away at the official. That's his style.
He'll work the officials. There's no doubt about it. So Polk is going to take a seat. Number 11, Kevin Harris, back in the game. Schiller to shoot the second. Schiller's shot up and good. 22-20. Bears with the lead. Now Colin Schlee's running the offense. Cesario's getting a bit of a break. Musa Crawford got the ball. Traveled. He just didn't. He wanted to go before he put the ball down, and that shuffle of the feet cost them. Lancers with 4:44 are going to bring Willett and Kolick back for Twillman and Sean Lang. I think this is a move if they're going to be going with that trapping offense. You might get a little bit more ball handling out of Zach Willett. We'll see what happens. Nick Lang brings it up court. Musa Crawford on him. It looks like a straight man-to-man this time.
Yeah, they're going man-to-man again. But they've been sinking into a trap on a zone trap on that.
They do. They try to trap the corner. In the corner to Nolan. Nolan, nice backdoor cut by Nick Lang. Scores.
And Lang used the body the same way to protect the ball.
It's 22-20 with 4 minutes and 22-22, 4 minutes and 20 seconds left in the first quarter. Christian Nolan on Colin Schlee. Colin Schlee dribbles the whole way across the rim. No good. Rebound goes to Matt Schiller. Looks like Schlee might have got hit underneath the basket. Lang brings it down. Lang goes right to the basket. He's fouled.
Oh, it almost went. Lang hit the deck hard. The ball popped in and out, but he's going to go to the free throw line to get the makeup.
And it looks like the foul is going to be might be on Chase French. We'll see it. Once again, we don't have an announcer. 34. That is Chase French. That's his first. The Bears 6th. The Lancers, the Bears 4th. The Lancers have 6, so the Bears will be shooting on the next foul.
Schlee just came out of the game. He got hit in the eye, and he's hurt.
It looked like there was something. He didn't get back on defense, so Cesario's coming in for him.
He got poked in the eye, and he's on the bench. It looks like he's in a great deal of pain right now.
Lang to shoot 2 to try to give the Lancers the lead. First shot good. Nick Lang, 23-22, Lancers. It's Lang, Willett, Kolick. Second one good. Nolan and Schiller in for the Lancers. It's French, Cesario, Harris, DiLorenzo, and Crawford in for the Bears. Cesario's slowing it down a little bit. He's going to bring it up. Down by 2. They're going to set up that flex offense. There they go. They come high. There's the baseline cut. They go in the corner to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo guarded by Kolick. DiLorenzo dribbling. Goes in the corner to French. French gets the baseline. Goes straight up. He scores. And I think it's going to be a foul on number 11, Christian Nolan. That's a strong move by number 34, Chase French.
Very strong as he used his body to keep himself in the air, and he muscled through 2 defenders.
So tie game. Chase French trying to put the Bears in the lead. 7th team foul against the Lancers, 3:39. French's shot no good. Rebound Willett. Willett goes to Nick Lang. We're tied at 24, 3:36. So, Michael, we're getting the game we wanted.
Lang pulls up and shoots. No good. He's not hitting those tonight. But what is happening is they're getting good offensive boards out of the Lancers in the putback. This time it rolled out of bounds. The Lancers will get the ball back.
Yep, out of bounds. It looks like it was off Chase French. He was battling with Matt Schiller underneath. Colin Schlee's going to return to the game.
Yep.
Musa Crawford's going to go out. Tie game, 3:26, 35 on the shot clock. and it's going to be Kolick to inbound. Kolick lobs to Nolan, tipped away by French. Goes up out of bounds off French. He was battling Nick Lang. Now, Nick Lang's got to be careful. He's got 2 fouls there. So
I am so impressed with the hustle this kid French has.
Yeah, the Oakdale, that's their signature. They never give up. They will give everybody the best they got. Nick Lang in the corner. There's a foul
away from the ball.
Looks like it's going to be on. I'm not sure. Are they going to call it on Cesario?
I think it looked like he said number 5.
I don't think there is a 5.
I don't either.
Look. 3, it is. It's Drew Cesario.
All right.
Drew will body up when you go through the lane. So I think they got him on a block foul. Hold on now. We have timeout. We got to reset the shot clock.
3:17 to go in the half. Tie score.
24-24. Lancers inbound. Willett goes to Nick Lang. Nick Lang comes to the top of the key. He goes to Joe Kolick on the wing. Kolick tries to drive. They take away the pass. Knocked away from him by J.P. DiLorenzo. Out of bounds, Lancers ball, 26 on the shot clock, 3:08 in the game clock. Kolick comes inbounds to Nick Lang. Nick Lang looking for the skip pass, instead goes to Matt Schiller at the top of the key. Schiller to Zach Willett. Zach Willett to his left, goes in the corner. Nice bounce pass to Brandon Champagne back in the game. Champagne with nowhere to go.
Underneath,
gets it stripped. Chase French leading the break. Goes on the bounce to Colin Schlee.
Yeah.
2 hands up and in. 26-24, Oakdale. Oakdale in the transition, Michael, is doing a really nice job.
They certainly are.
Nick Lang comes down the court. Lang goes in the corner to Willett. There's a lot of bodying going on. Willett throws that one away. Looks like Drew Twillman's going to come back in the game for Nick Lang. 2:36 remaining in the second quarter. 2-point lead for Oakdale. I'll tell you what, Drew Cesario is having a conversation with an official on every play. He's working it. He probably Coach Conley probably loves that, trying to get any edge he can. They come down to J.P. DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo behind his back pulls up for a jump shot. Short rebound, Drew Twillman.
See, now that's what I mean about the Oakdale offense. They didn't work the ball. They didn't take advantage of the matchups. Just one player, shake and bake and go.
Okay, Zach Willett out top. Zach Willett dribbles to his right, now guarded by DiLorenzo. They switch. Schlee comes over on Willett. Willett stolen by French. French had the man ahead of him, Cesario. Cesario with the left-handed layup. He scores 2 points, 4-point game, 28-24.
That's his second outlet transition bucket in a row.
Willett comes down. Schiller drives baseline against French. Goes to Joe Kolick. Kolick's pass, trying to make the pass out of bounds. They call a foul. Looks like a foul on number 11, Kevin Harris. That's the 6th team foul. One more team foul, and then the Lancers will be shooting. Oakdale's shooting already. Kolick to trigger the inbound. Comes to Drew Twillman.
Yeah, that was a
They
foul.
got Cesario on the hold on that one.
Yeah, absolutely. All the way, right in front of the referee.
Now, interestingly, if you remember last week, Drew Twillman was having some trouble at the line. So let's see if Drew has corrected whatever it was. It's going to be a substitution. Number 10, Isaiah Thomas coming in. Or no, number 40, I'm sorry. Dylan Burney, the sophomore, coming in for the Bears. 1-1 for Drew Twillman. Lancers down by 4. 1:43 left. Twillman's first shot. Off the rim, no good. Rebound, batted around, comes down to Burney. Burney brings the ball up court. Drives to his left. Running the flex offense.
Stolen by Twillman, and now he's got a whistle.
They call a foul on Twillman.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what, Burney comes in the game, and he got in the game right away. Gets a loose ball. Now he's going to be shooting a 1-1. So number 40, Dylan Burney, will be shooting for the Oakdale Bears. Foul on Twillman was his first.
Yeah, but there's a sense that you can tell when a player wants the ball or not, and he didn't want the ball.
No. This is a bigger stage than he's used to playing on. I'll say this gym's, what would you say, about 80% full right now, and it's been a competitive game. Zach Willett's coming out, Sean Lang's coming in.
Cesario wants the ball when he's on the court.
He does, and he commands it and he runs the offense. Burney's first shot, long, rebound to Kolick. They go to Twillman. So the Lancers are down by 4. Both teams miss a 1-1 in their last times down the court. Timeout. Tom Kraft, he's going to take a 30-second timeout. So with 1:26 remaining here in the second quarter, first half, Lancers are down by 4 with the ball, with it looks like about 3 possessions left. Michael, what do you think if you're the coach here? What are you saying for the Lancers? You definitely don't want to be going down by more than 4 at halftime.
Well, I think there's been a couple instances where that pick and roll has worked nicely in the middle, and you really want to force the Oakdale Bears to foul you right now, so that you can do that. You get the chance to step up to the free throw line. So, I would look for Kraft to call a disciplined, go into the wing, let the wing see the pick, and then roll off of it and see if you can get something. Either step back and pop it, or hit the guy on the cut.
Well, the Bears play such aggressive defense that they often overplay. They come out in the trap. Twillman has the ball at half court. It's getting trapped. Colin Schlee tries to steal it. Sean Lang with the ball. He throws it away. Schlee's wide open by himself. Schlee going up, two-handed dunk.
You saw that one coming all the way.
Schlee got to knock the ball away and then released.
So the Lancers did exactly what you didn't want to happen. Not only did they not make the basket, but they turned it over on the transition and gave Oakdale 2.
Sean Lang for 3 for the Lancers, no good. Rebound comes down to Bernie. Bernie rips it away. Here he comes down. There's Oakdale Bears all up court. Bernie goes to French, back to Colin Schlee, out by the timeline. They're going to get the ball to Bernie. They want Bernie to take the ball so they can run their flex offense. So here they go. They're going to set up. They're running what Coach Conley's yelling wheel offense. Bernie tries to go to Harris. That ball's knocked away. Bernie now for 3.
Oh, nice touch.
Lancers are in trouble here. They're down by 9, 25 seconds left. They got to figure out some way at this point in time, see if they can get some points on the board.
Well, they definitely have to score on this possession. And the defense.
There's the back door. Sean Lang to Joe Kolick. Kolick's layup.
It worked.
Good. 10 seconds left. Bernie bringing the ball up court. He's going to get stopped. He's going to drive right, now to his left. Drives on Twillman. Goes too far underneath. Hits it out to Harris. Knocked away by Schiller. Rebound Champagne. And at the half, the score, Oakdale 33, Linganore 26.
Wow.
That last 3 minutes of the game was a big turning point. Oakdale, I'm not sure what they outscored the Lancers by in that period, but the complexion of the game changed completely. I believe it was 24-22 Lancers, and then we end the half on a 11-2 run for Oakdale, and Oakdale goes in the half with a 7-point lead.
All right, we'll step aside for a quick break. We'll get our stats and our first half wrap up for you. Be back in a few.
The holidays are a time of magic, twinkling lights, timeless music, family, and friends. But without a doubt, the most magical thing of all is giving gifts to all the people on your list. And holiday scratch-offs from the Maryland Lottery are as much fun to give as they are to receive. They're bright, festive, and colorful, with prizes up to $100,000 instantly. Why not add a little magic to your holiday season?
This magic moment.
Pick up a stocking full of Maryland Lottery holiday scratch-offs today. And please play responsibly.
Gettysburg Auto Auction hopes you have a fantastic holiday and would like to offer 20% off any public buyer's fee who mentions this radio station. Gettysburg Auto Auction is experiencing another record sales year and needs additional inventory and buyers for this Thursday night's sale. If you're a new or used car dealer and are tired of the expense and hassle of those huge dealer auctions, it may be time to try this little public auction where prices match the big guys and expenses are 50% less. Gettysburg Auto Auction still has the lowest fees of any auction and the highest customer satisfaction record possible. Couple those with our exclusive Bid Drive-By program where you get to drive your car before you buy it, and Leftover Fridays where you can drive any vehicle and buy it on the spot. And Gettysburg Auto Auction is a totally unique auto auction. Gettysburg Auto Auction is located at the Steinware exit on Route 15 just north of the Maryland line. For a sampling of inventory and policy guidelines, go to GettyAuto.com. Gettysburg Auto Auction, the little auction looking forward to celebrating with huge discounts this Thursday night.
If you own a business, you know that work doesn't begin and end with the hours posted on your door. Hi, this is Business Development Officer Mary Berry, and at Frederick County Bank, we understand that too. That's why we make business banking easy and accessible, anytime, anywhere. From BuzzPoint Merchant Reward and Loyalty to online banking, remote deposit capture to business courier service, Frederick County Bank, Frederick's true community bank, is open for business, anytime, anywhere. Contact me at 301-620-1400 and online at fcbmd.com. Member Member FDIC.
It's one of the most magical times of the year, Toyotathon, with Toyota savings just enhanced through January 2nd. Get $500 Toyota bonus cash on new 2018 Camry and $750 bonus cash on RAV4, in addition to other offers. With RAV4, that means $1,750 total cash allowance. Shop buyattoyota.com to check out all Toyotathon offers. Cash allowance includes cash back and bonus cash from Toyota, which will be applied first or down payment. See your dealer for all the details. Hurry! Toyotathon savings end January 2nd. Toyota. Let's go places.
Back, ladies and gentlemen, Linganore High School, where the Oakdale
Gettysburg
Bears
Auto Auction hopes you have a fantastic holiday and would like to offer.
Jumped out to a 7-point lead, 33-26 here to start this. We're at halftime and to end this first half. And what was the scoring? What does scoring look like, Michael?
Balanced scoring for the Bears, led by Noah Polk, 9 points. Colin Schlee had 7 points. And then Chase French and Drew Gisario and J.P. DiLorenzo each had 4. And the sophomore Dylan Burney canned that 3-pointer right before the half. And
that one he nailed. Yeah.
Musa Crawford kicked in with 2. We were really impressed by Noah Polk's first half. He went out with about 4 minutes remaining in the second quarter with 2 fouls. He and Drew Gisario both have 2 fouls. I think Coach Conley's all right with that, because of the aggressive style they're playing. And for the Lancers, as nearly always, they're led by Nick Lang. And the 2 fouls on Nick Lang now, that actually led to Lang not playing the last 2.5 minutes of the first half. And the problem that resulted in is some turnovers by the Lancers and that quick burst that Oakdale had. Christian Nolan off those backdoor cuts that you were talking about on the pick and roll. He has 6, and Drew Twillman has 6. Joe Kolick, Brandon Champagne kicking in with 2 apiece, and Matt Schiller with 1. Moyer, Willett, Lang with 2 fouls apiece, so no one in real foul trouble. But I'll tell you what, it shows to me after I look at that, Michael, that Nick Lang has to be on the court for the Lancers to win this game.
He really does, and the difference in the fouls in that game, in this game, in the first half of this game, is the story. Oakdale has been running, most of their buckets have been on transition ball, so they're not doing anything but physically challenging. They're going right at Linganore and saying, "You've got to get back fast and you've got to stop us because we're going to run it."
No, and I guess we're not very good prognosticators because we came into this thing saying that Linganore was going to be trying to break out fast and do a variety of things, and that the half-court offense of Oakdale was what they wanted to do, and instead we end up with almost the exact opposite. And but with that being said, it's not like this game is over by any stretch of the imagination. I think it's going to be the Lancer ball coming out, and they're coming out after halftime, though. They look a little bit on the kind of concerned side. I think they're happy 33 points for Oakdale.
Well,
Oakdale's been averaging over 80
They owned that first period, okay? They played disciplined ball. They worked the offense. They made Oakdale look confused, all right? Oakdale came back in when the substitutions started and the Lancers started to get some other players on the floor. Oakdale took advantage of the matchups, and they started to play run and gun.
And I think one of the things the Lancers are going to have to work on, you had been talking about how they were very good at hitting the offensive boards, but one of the things they're losing is floor balance and those runouts. The couple times you had said, the one time I think it was J.P. DiLorenzo and Colin Schlee were both running wide open, and Drew Gisario basically had a pick as to who he wanted on the layup. So when the Lancers see that, normally what that is that's your point guard or whoever's running your offense out top penetrating and no one else rotating back to help him. And whether that's something that Coach Conley saw and said, hey, guys, we can get some cheapies doing this, or whether or not it's something that the Lancers just stopped doing that they were doing earlier in the game, I'm not sure. But that's, they got to stop giving up layups.
And I can tell you, as a former player, there is nothing more fun than playing a transition run and gun offense and on the fast break. Fast break ball is a lot of fun. It ignites you, it excites you, and it changes momentum. And that's really what Oakdale has done. They're having fun out there.
Yeah, and they're looking to go any chance they can. I mean, in the first quarter, it kind of wasn't playing the way they wanted it to, but in that second quarter, they were able to get out, get on the break, and do lots of really good things. So where we are. We're a 7-point lead for the Bears. First, I'd say 12 minutes of this game, Michael, exactly what we thought they were going to be.
Absolutely.
And then Lancers are showing us something. We'll see if they can come back here in the second half.
All right, we'll be right back. Take a short break. Be right back. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Linganore High School. We are ready for the opening inbound of the second half, where the Oakdale Bears have a 7-point lead, 33-26. And here we go. Play is underway.
Lancers have the ball. They inbound the ball to Nick Lang. Nick Lang to Drew Twillman to Christian Nolan. Nolan comes around to Sean Lang. Sean Lang hits the cutting Nolan.
There it is,
again.
just like I called.
It's that pick and roll they're doing. Nolan with his 8th point of the game. 5-point lead for the Bears. Giserio goes to his left, controls it. Nice bounce pass to Chase French.
Oh, he missed the basket but got fouled, so he'll get a chance.
I think that was one of those, if he would have made that shot, they would have let it go, but it definitely impacted his ability to make that shot. So, Drew Twillman with his second foul, I believe, which means the Lancers are now going to be shooting, or the Bears will be shooting 2. Chase French, number 34, makes the first.
Saw Chase French play a couple of years ago, and when he was a sophomore in his first season. And this kid had tremendous potential. He's come up all the way through the system. Terry Connolly knows how to coach these players.
He makes the second. He's a Coach Conley player. He plays his style. Here comes Nick Lang to Sean Lang. Back to Nick Lang in the corner. Lang dribbles, tries to cut off by Colin Schlee. Goes to Sean Lang for 3. Gets it.
Toilet flush. It rims and drops.
35-31. Lancers down by 4. Bears, Drew Giserio brings it up, gets a pick from French. He cuts, he spins. Looked like maybe a shuffle of the feet to DiLorenzo, pulls up, shoots, and scores.
What a beautiful off-balance running jumper.
6-point lead for the Bears. Nick Lang brings it up, Giserio guarding him. He gets a pick from Nolan. Goes out to Sean Lang. Tommy Moyer getting a pick for Sean Lang. Lang picks up his dribble, gets it back to his brother Nick. Nick driving, gets double teamed. Oh, they both fall off Nick Lang for 3.
Good. Mistake. The defense got mixed up on that, and they both backed off Lang, left him wide open for the beautiful, it was a practice shot.
Colin Schlee drives down off the glass, scores, and
hard.
The foul. I was going to say on that last one, Linganore they'd been running that pick and roll. Linganore had been hitting the roll guy. That time both guys went with the
Covered
roll.
The roll,
and they left.
And it was a pick and pop, as we call it.
End up being. So Schlee made that. The foul was on number 11 for the Lancers. That's Christian Nolan. Schlee making the old-fashioned 3-point play.
Got him.
40-34.
6-point lead.
A lot of scoring. We went 2.5 minutes without a basket in the first quarter, and now we've got 5 in the first.
I can't
keep
up with it.
Christian Nolan drives hard to the basket to his left.
Yeah, breaking cutter, reverse doesn't go. He got caught under the bucket. Jump ball. There's the call. Possession arrow goes
to Oakdale this time because the Lancers started with it. That was Giserio and Lang. Hey, these are seniors. They know what this game means. So
Sean Lang got caught under the bucket, tried to reverse lay it in, and he was just too. He
needed one more dribble or a better idea. That's a violation right
on lane on the inbound. It's a turnover to Linganore.
They called it 5 seconds, but actually Chase French ran the baseline, and you can only do that after a made basket. Right. So Christian Nolan to trigger the inbound for the Lancers. He's coming inbound to Tommy Moyer, off Moyer's hand to Drew Twillman. Drew Twillman being guarded by Colin Schlee. Gets it back out front to Nick Lang. Tommy Moyer sets a pick. The roll. Giserio just pushing Moyer out of the way. Giserio was literally just laying a forearm into Moyer's back, and that's going to be his 3rd foul.
So that pick and roll is working for the Lancers.
Yeah. So that's going to be bringing number 40, Dylan Burney, coming back in. Inbounds, Lang goes to Twillman, back to Lang. Lang on the curl move, blocked by Pull.
He split the hoop. Got caught underneath the rim on that one.
Burney drives down, finds DiLorenzo, who's long. Bodies flying all over the place. Out of bounds. And they're saying out of bounds to...
should be Oakdale ball.
I agree with you, but I think they're saying it's Lancers ball. It looked like it clearly went off number 31, Thomas Moyer's hand. All right, 5:46 left. Still a 6-point lead. Lang's slowly bringing the ball to midcourt. Lang dribbles. Goes to his right, spin move. No one there. Now guarded by Polk. He can do everything out here. Polk in the corner to Twillman to Sean Lang. Sean Lang dribbling. Hands off to Twillman. Twillman tries to go baseline. Nowhere to go. To Moyer. Back to Twillman. We got 10 on the shot clock. Hits the cutting Nolan. Back to Twillman. Twillman back into that corner.
Oh, nice pass.
That was a nice move by Twillman. He hit Moyer on the roll again. Yeah. And they called a foul on the drive on Twillman. So
Twillman drove into three Bears pulled it in and on him, leaving Moyer wide open.
Christian Nolan inbounds to Nick Lang, who scores. 4-point game.
That was
40-36. Bernie bringing the ball down court. Bernie down to the block, pulls it back out to Chase French.
Yeah, DeSorio's on the bench.
T. Lorenzo on the right-hand side. Let's see if the Lancers can take advantage like Oakdale did when the Lancers point guard went out. They go to Polk down on the block. Polk drives in on Moyer, too deep. Kicks it out to Bernie at the top of the key.
Yeah.
Rebound by Colin Schlee. Rolls it in. He went right over the back of Christian Nolan.
Yeah, he just went right up over him. He jumped higher. It's that simple.
Yeah, Nolan got caught too deep under the basket, so that's why there was no... Oh, there's a
holding foul
on number 34, Chase French, just grabbing a jersey and pulling. That's the third foul on the Bears. That was... I mean, French is saying that he got pushed first, but he didn't, grab a jersey and try to undress him here. Now we got a foul on Lang. I think they're calling Nick Lang on a block foul on the inbound.
Yeah,
yes, that's his third.
He's going to have to go out.
4:35 left. Oakdale triggers in. Bernie guarded by Twillman.
They're
a little bit of
leaving him
token pressure. Bernie comes down, crosses over Twillman. Goes over to Schlee on the right side. Schlee pulls up, off balance three. Way off. But French gets the rebound. Loose ball underneath, lost. Recovered by Drew Twillman. Gets it to Nick Lang. Lang coming up the side. He's guarded by Bernie. He's looking to take Bernie off the drive. He pulls up, shoots the jumper. No good. Rebound by French.
French is getting real physical, throwing a little elbow down there on the rebound, and there's a traveling violation on Oakdale.
That was a nice play. And Sean Lang jumped the outlet pass, and when J.P. DiLorenzo turned around, he wasn't ready to put the ball on the floor right away and end up shuffling his feet. Inbounds come the Lancers. Sean Lang to Nick Lang for
this
three.
One's good.
It's good.
Yeah.
You called that one.
I could tell when he set up that was going.
3-point game. Oakdale up by 3, 42-39, 3:51 remaining here. Bernie with the ball. Goes to his left. He's dribbling. He goes to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo behind his back. Spin move into the lane. They're calling no shot, and they're calling DiLorenzo on an offensive foul. So that's going to be the fourth foul on Oakdale here in the third quarter. DiLorenzo's second foul. And there's going to be a bunch of substitutions coming here. Musa Crawford in for Oakdale. Zach Willett coming in for the Lancers along with Matt Schiller. Willett with the ball out front. Gets a nice pick from Schiller. Hits Nolan on the back door to Twillman, who loses it. Kicks it back out to Sean Lang at the top. Lang down the lane to Nolan for a jumper. Good.
Oh, bam! He nails it.
It's a 2-point shot. Lancers are back within one, 42-41. In the front court, Schlee goes to DiLorenzo. French sets a pick for Schlee on Lang. There's a switch. Nolan guarding Schlee. They go to DiLorenzo in the corner. Twillman can't recover. Rebound by Christian Nolan.
That was a big bound because Oakdale has gotten 3 consecutive offensive boards.
Front court, Drew Twillman drive. They call the block and the basket. Drew Twillman with the left hand.
I don't know about that. That was awfully close.
Twillman finishes it. It's a foul on, I believe was that French or Polk?
I'd have to go to the tape on that one to tell you. That was that close.
They call the foul on Polk. That's his third. Twillman shooting one.
Timeout Oakdale on the floor. Connolly.
30-second timeout. Lancers have come all the way back from down by 7 at halftime. Go up by 1. 43-42. 2:53 remaining in the third quarter.
And I'm sorry.
Getting exciting in here, Michael.
Terry Connolly goes over to both referees and says, when I put my hands on the shoulder, that means I want a timeout. Yeah. I want the timeout. Me. Watch me.
Yeah, no, I've seen Coach Connolly work the referees before, and I got to say he's really under control here. I think he really likes this team, and he trusts these guys that they're going to be able to do what they want to. But, you know, they've got 3 on Cesario now, 3 on Noah Polk.
Yeah.
3 fouls. Those are fouls. 3 fouls on Nick Lang. So it's going to be interesting to see which one of these guys can play and stay in the game.
And curiously, he and Coach Kraft having a rather interesting discussion just now. You know, a lot of back and forth. It looked like it was a debate.
Yeah, Twillman with the free throw. It's good. Lancers up by 2, 44-42.
Big
French
comeback.
to inbounds. French goes to DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo bringing it up court. Almost a turnover. Gives the ball to Colin Schlee. Colin Schlee with Nick Lang on him. Noah Polk at the three-point line, guarded by Schiller. French hits the backdoor cutting DiLorenzo.
They had it covered that time. That was just really good body positioning.
Good execution.
Yeah.
44-44. Tie game. Third quarter, 2.5 minutes left. Christian Nolan picks up the ball in the forecourt, turns it over. French.
Yeah, that's
not
what
sure they're going to call the foul on here. Calling the foul on, I believe they're calling it on
French.
Nolan.
Nolan, I mean.
Calling the foul on Nolan. That might be his third as well. Let's see. Yeah, that's his third.
It is.
So he's going to come on out, and they're going to bring Joe Kolick in.
You know, you can't discipline these players enough. When they make a turnover, don't commit the foul afterwards. Let it go. Don't try to right the wrong.
Schlee bringing it up with Willett on him now. Now they've moved Lang off of Schlee and put him on Musa Crawford. So in some ways, this is probably trying to protect Nick Lang. Musa Crawford comes off the pick, takes the jump shot short. Rebound, Matt Schiller. Matt Schiller gets it to Drew Twillman. Just over 2 minutes left. 44-44, third quarter. Twillman goes to Lang. Lang
wide open. No,
long.
Too far.
Schlee with the rebound. Schlee bring it up. Schlee pulls up. Leaner. Oh, nice shot. Colin Schlee for 2. Bears up by 2. Nick Lang with the ball. He's getting bumped by Crawford coming up. Lang to his left. Pulls up. Tries throwing it around to Kolick. Nice steal. Oh, look at Schlee breaking out again. Layup.
There's that fast break.
Bears up by 4. How quickly they can transition here.
They certainly can.
Drew Twillman with 1.5 minutes left into the forecourt. Twillman drives his right, gets it to Kolick in the corner. Kolick trying to drive on French. And that ball goes out of bounds. Kolick on the turnover.
Nick Lang pulled his arms back thinking the Oakdale player was going to intercept. And he just let it go out of bounds.
This is a critical time again. The Lancers had gotten a 2-point lead. They'd come 9-point difference, and now quickly they're down 4.
And they've done it on 2 turnovers.
Yep, DiLorenzo barely gets the ball in bounds. French bringing it up. He's trying to drive the Hoy to the basket. He does. He knew that Nick Lang was the lone man back, and Lang could not afford to pick up the third foul.
From the moment he took the inbound pass, you knew he was going to the hoop.
Twillman in the forecourt. Polk guarding him. Polk doing a nice job on the guard. Willett to Kolick. They're giving Kolick a lot of room out there. To Twillman. Twillman driving on Polk. Pulls up, takes a jump shot. Rebound right to Zach Willett, who scores.
Sometimes you just got to get lucky.
Zach Willett in the right spot, right time. Gets the rebound. 4-point game. Oakdale by 4, 50-46. 41 seconds left. Colin Schlee guarded by Nick Lang.
They need a turnover right here.
Polk for 3. Sure. Rebound Twillman. I'm not sure Terry Conley wanted quite that shot.
I don't think so.
Shot clock's off. The Lancers can play for 1 right here. Let's see if that's what they do.
No, they got time.
Twillman's across the timeline, being pressured by DiLorenzo. They're giving him a count. Twillman gets the separation, gives it to Nick Lang. They trap Lang. They go to Twillman. Twillman getting
a lot of pressure.
Guarded. Oh, there's the turnover.
They throw it away. Just what you didn't want to have happen.
And for the Lancers right here, the goal is to not make it easy for them to get this. And quickly, Terry Conley brings in Drew Cesario.
Of course,
and that's who they're going to get the ball to. Try to get the ball up court. 7.5 seconds left. There's a chance to go up by 6 or 7 going in the fourth quarter. Chase French to inbound. French looking deep, throws it to Cesario. He's being pressured by Willett coming up. Willett guarding him, bumping him.
There he goes all the way.
Polk No shot. Nice
didn't get the
defense.
shot off.
Nice
That's it.
defense by the Lancers. Coach Conley not happy with this player there. They had an opportunity. So here we go, Michael. We're at Linganore High School. End of the third quarter. Oakdale Bears 50. Linganore Lancers 46. And we got the game we were expecting. We'll be back. 14:50, the Source.
Hi, my name is Sheriff Chuck Jenkins, and I want to tell you about a great new program on the radio, Law Enforcement Today. And the difficult challenges that law enforcement officers face today, Law Enforcement Today is a program for officers, about officers and their families, providing cutting-edge information from real experts. Law Enforcement Today tackles the important truth that blue lives matter. Tune in Tuesdays at 5 p.m. for Law Enforcement Today on AM 1450 WTHU, and tell them Sheriff Jenkins sent you.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. We're in the fourth period of action here. 8 minutes on the clock. Linganore has the ball down by 4. Go ahead, Michael.
All right, so it's an 8 minutes left in this game in regulation time, and we've got a great game. It's been what we expected. These teams have proven they're two of the best teams in the county. The Lancers will have the ball. Christian Nolan's back in. It's Christian Nolan, Nick Lang, Sean Lang, Tommy Moyer, and Drew Twillman. Twillman with the ball in the forecourt goes to Sean Lang. We'll set up the Oakdale team here in a second. Nick Lang drives, goes to Christian Nolan. Nolan,
you better get out of the paint.
Gets it out to Tommy Moyer. Back to Nick Lang. Lang now guarded by Noah Polk. Polk, pull up. Nick Lang, good.
Oh, you can't even guard that.
That was Nick Lang. Lang with 2 makes it a 2-point game. DiLorenzo down the lane, out of control. Looks like he might have got bailed out by the referees on that one. They're calling a foul on. I'm not sure who that foul's on.
Well, they did exactly what you coach them to do. They stood their ground and put their hands up, so there shouldn't have been a foul.
Foul's on Sean Lang. There's the lob inbounds to Chase French. He bounce passes inside to Noah Polk.
Yeah,
Tommy Moyer couldn't guard him down there. Polk puts it in for 2, 4-point game. The Bears have French and Polk and Schlee and DiLorenzo and Josario. Inside to Nick Lang. Nick Lang trying to get a shot up. He does. He scores.
That was just strong play by Nick Lang.
Nick Lang couldn't have done that last year, Michael. Josario down the lane. Josario drives, over-penetrates.
He shot that from his hip.
That was a heck of a shot. It looked like a charge block on that. No call by the referees.
They're letting him play.
Bears back up by 4. Lang in the corner to Christian Nolan. Nolan drives hard to the basket. Nolan up and good.
There you go. Way to go, Nolan. That was a beautiful drive. A lot of guts. There's that relay. Oh, my goodness.
There was a timeout taken by Tom Kraft after that.
That didn't count?
That basket did not count. What didn't count was a two-handed jam by Colin Schlee. So timeout Lancers.
I was wondering why the defender let up on it.
By Tom Kraft. It's a 2-point game, 54-52. 6:47 remaining here in the third quarter.
That is a very smart timeout. Very strategic, smart timeout by Coach Kraft.
Well, I think, Coach might also recognize that floor balance thing again, that, they had just made a great play, but Nick Lang was under the basket and made the basket. No one rotated back. They were able to get down court with Josario for the layup and good. The same thing was happening there. One of his guards, Nolan, had gone the whole way to the basket. They didn't have floor balance. Now the Lancers are coming out, setting up a full court press. Chase to inbound, guarded by Nolan.
Josario broke on the press. Twillman was there, and he broke it up.
Stolen by Sean Lang. Lang gets it to Tommy Moyer, to Drew Twillman.
What a great recovery by Twillman.
54-52. It was. Played that like a defensive back. Sean Lang to Nick Lang. Nick Lang to Drew Twillman for 3 from the corner. It's good.
He's hot. He's got that look on his face.
1-point game. Lancers lead 55-54. Oh, wait, maybe it was a 2-point shot.
Look at Coach Connolly. Quick, take a look over there. He is jawing that referee.
Are they calling it a 3-point, or are they calling it... I think they want the shot clock reset to 33. It was a 3-point shot by Drew Twillman. 33 seconds on the shot clock, 6:22. Schlee to inbound right in front of the Lancer faithful. And
they're letting him hear it.
They are.
He's talking to him now.
Let's see what we got now.
He's turning around and talking to him now. Slee is, and now here comes the athletic director. Coach Joseph's going to interpose himself between them. This is great basketball.
Here we go. Colin Schleet inbound. He goes to Drew Giserio. Bears down by 1, 6.5 minutes left. They're calling for their flex offense. Okay, they're going to go with the hard screens on the baseline. They come to French, flashing to the elbow. They go to Polk. Polk for the deep three.
There. Oh, rimmed
no
it
rebound,
out.
Nolan.
Beautiful rebound. Nolan had great body position on that.
Nolan to Twillman. Twillman brings it up. DiLorenzo on Twillman. Twillman goes to the timeline to Sean Lang. Sean Lang back out front to Drew Twillman to Nick Lang. A lot of pressure by Colin Schlee. Goes to Christian Nolan. Christian Nolan puts it on the floor. Spin move into the lane. He gets a lot of trouble.
Better get out of there.
Oh, they call in there 3-second call.
Yeah.
3-second call on Nolan. He picked up his dribble with 1 foot in the lane, and he couldn't really get out of it.
Well, he was trapped in between the two players. That was just good defense. It forced that.
Matt Schiller comes back in for Tommy Moyer. French inbounds to Giserio. Giserio dribbling the ball up. Comes with his left hand. Guarded by Twillman. They go the high post to French, looking for the backdoor cut. Nothing there. They got Schlee coming around. French drives to the basket. Challenged by Matt Schiller. Rebound. Looks like there's going to be a foul. Noah Polk was going up for the rebound. It might be on number 13, Sean Lang. I believe it is for the
Lancers. It was over the back.
That's the 6th foul on the Lancers if it is. That's Sean Lang's 2nd foul. Lancer 6. Lob into French. They're looking for Polk on the block. Polk's in there. What are they going to call here?
It's going to be on Nick Lang.
It looks like they're calling a double foul, I think, right here. They're going to call a double foul. It's going to be on Polk, which will be his 4th, and Schiller. I believe that's what they're calling right there.
All right, there's one just went up on the Lancer side. Yeah, 44 got one.
And then it'll be Polk, and that will be his 4th foul, I believe, Michael.
There it is. You're right. You called it.
So it's 55-54 Lancers, 5:24 on the clock. And Noah Polk, I think, is going to come out here just for a second to get a kind of a reset. Make sure he doesn't pick up something silly. They bring in number 11, Kevin Harris. Kevin Harris into the game. It's going to be Oakdale ball. That should be I thought it was a possession play on that. Like that's like a jump ball, but I'm not sure.
Right.
Giserio to trigger. Giserio having trouble getting it in. Finally lobs it out to DiLorenzo. Dribbles left, pulls back out, guarded by Sean Lang. Colin Schlee calling for the ball. Nick Lang denying. Drew Giserio gets it at half court. They're running their flex. To Chase French. He gets it to Kevin Harris, who will shoot the long shot. No. Rebound to Christian Nolan. Stripped away. Goes to Nick Lang. Nick Lang kicks it back out to Sean Lang, who shoots the 3. Oh,
air ball. He was not set. His feet pitter-pattered.
And there's the floor balance. Giserio down court. Gets a layup, but fouled by Twillman. Lancers have got to get floor balance. When Nick Lang drives the lane, no one's rotating back, and the Bears are just eating him alive. That'll be the 8th foul. That's the 3rd foul on Drew Twillman. Drew Giserio will shoot 2 free throws. Number 3 shooting 2 free throws. And he gets the friendly roll. We've seen a lot of good rolls at that end of the gym.
Yep.
Tie game, 55-55. 4:55 on the clock. Giserio to give the Bears the lead.
A lot of nickels up there.
And he does.
Got them both.
Nolan inbounds to Nick Lang. He's going to be picked up at half court by Colin Schlee. Number 2 against number 2. Nick Lang dribbling, looking, goes to Drew Twillman to the left side of the circle. To Matt Schiller. Schiller to Lang in the corner. Lang pulls up for 3. No. Rebound, Nick Lang. Gets it to Christian Nolan, who gets it to Matt Schiller. Schiller underneath. Back to Sean Lang for 3.
He was not set again.
And there's the floor balance once again.
Oh, my goodness. Oakdale scores easy on the transition fast break.
Nick Lang bringing it back the other way. 3-point lead for Oakdale. Drew Twillman in trouble. Gets it to Christian Nolan. He's got the backdoor to Sean Lang. Tipped out of bounds by Kevin Harris. Nice play. 19 seconds left on the shot clock. 4:07 left in the 4th quarter.
And the difference so far is that the Oakdale Bears are playing some tenacious defense right now.
And you know what? Everybody's shooting free throws from here on out. So it comes down to getting your feet set, body position. Try not to reach. Don't get the silly fouls. Inbound to Matt Schiller. He goes right up. Blocked by Kevin Harris. Kevin Harris doing a lot of talking.
Yeah, you don't like having your shot blocked by a guy underneath like that when you're the big man. You got it. Don't let him get in your head either. Oh,
inbound to Nick Lang.
Gotta go. Let me tell you what just happened there. Instead of losing his cool, number 44 came back.
Set a pick.
And set the pick that got that shot.
Cesario to the forecourt. 1 point lead the Bears. Flex offense. They go to Chase French, who goes to the corner. JP DiLorenzo. French sets the pick for DiLorenzo. DiLorenzo on the roll. Out front to Kevin Harris. Gets to the Colin Schlee back out near half court. Colin Schlee with 10 on the shot clock. Christian Nolan guarding. Schlee gets help.
That's way off.
Zach Willett. It's way off. 1 point lead. Ball to the Lancers. 3:33 left on the clock. 58-57. Oakdale in the lead. Drew Truman triggers to Nick Lang. Nick Lang between his legs. Comes to half court between his legs again. Now guarded by DiLorenzo. Goes to his left. They switch. Harris on him. Schiller has DiLorenzo down low. They don't look inside. They go to Twillman. Now the Schiller at the top of the key. Twillman on the drive with the left hand. He gets it to go. 3 point lead Lancers. 1 point lead Lancers. 59-58. Cesario driving. Overdrives. Stolen by Matt Schiller.
Play by Schiller.
Just stood there with his hands up, and now they call a foul in the backcourt on Colin Schlee. It's 1-1 for the Lancers. Drew Twillman, who we documented last week and earlier today, has had some trouble on the free throw line. Going to get a chance to prove it here. 1-1 Lancers, up 59-58. 3 minutes and 1 second left on the clock.
I am so impressed with Schiller and how he kept his cool when Harris blocked that shot. He didn't let him get inside his head. He set a pick. He did a block. He made a steal.
We got Polk back in for Harris. We got Crawford coming in for DiLorenzo. Lancers are staying with the 5 they have on the court. Willett, Nolan, Swillman, Schiller, and
Big
Lang.
free throw.
Makes the first.
We've been talking about his free throw shooting. That was a clutch.
He's got a good
shot.
stroke, and there he goes. He makes one. So now they're up by 2. He with the bonus shot.
Big one here because of 3-point difference. It's
Front of the rim. No, rebound. Oh! Off the hands of Christian Nolan. Goes to Noah Polk. 2 point lead. Drew Cesario brings it up against Drew Twillman. Cesario trying to get that low post. Wants to get it to Polk. They go to French. He goes to Crawford. They get the cross screen.
Loose ball on the floor. Linganore comes up with it. Schiller's got the ball. He goes straight up. And it doesn't go. Loose post.
Oh, there's a foul on Cesario.
Yeah,
going over the back of Christian Nolan.
Yeah, that's going to put him on the bench.
I think, is that 4 on him?
Yeah. There comes the Linganore Lancers crowd.
Christian Nolan to shoot the 1-1. No. Rebound to Polk. 8 fouls apiece. 60-58. Cesario bringing the ball to the court.
2:30 to go.
Both Polk and Cesario playing with 4. Twillman and Lang playing with 3 for the Lancers. Cesario at the top on Twillman. Spin move goes to French. Might have shuffled his feet. He missed the layup. The ball's laying on the rim. Rebound comes off Christian Nolan to Drew Twillman. They get the ball to Nicholas Lang. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the forecourt. Lang with Cesario on him. Goes to Twillman. Now they switch. Now Crawford to guard Lang. Lang calls for the pick. Schiller goes to set the pick. Lang gets bodied in the corner. Goes to Nolan at the top. Swings it to Twillman. 10 on the shot clock. Willett to Twillman. 8 on the shot clock. They go to Nolan in the corner. Nolan drives in the corner. They're going to have to go up with it pretty quickly.
There goes Lang
from
off
deep.
the glass.
No, rebound goes to Twillman.
Put back.
He gets it.
Wow, he
got the
followed
rebound.
that shot. What a disciplined move by Nick Lang.
Shot clock. 4-point lead Lancers. Minute and a half left. Cesario in the forecourt. Switch. Nolan. Polk looks to shoot. Now drives baseline. Rebound Schiller. Loose ball goes to Lang. 1:21 left. He goes to Twillman. 29 on the shot clock. Let's see what they're going to do here. Twillman, they're going with the trap. Lang gets fouled by
He
Schlee.
got him on the arm.
Probably not the Lancer to foul.
That's not the guy you want to foul, no. And it's
Lancers are in the
1:11 to
1-1.
go.
A lot of ones on the board now. We got 1 minute, 11 seconds left. 1-1 for the Lancers. That was the third foul on number 2, Colin Schlee. Number 2, Nick Lang for the Lancers, going to shoot 1 and 1. 4-point lead for the Lancers. We got substitutions, and now we got a timeout by Terry Conley. Terry Conley's calling a full timeout. So with 1:11 left in the fourth quarter, 62-58. Lancers with the lead, shooting 1 and 1.
You know, that last shot by the Oakdale Bears, probably the pivotal shot in this entire game. The ball hung on the rim for a split second. The center went up and tipped it, tried to knock it in. It didn't go, and it came out. And a rebound went to Linganore.
Right, and it's amazing how, they always talk about every one of these games, a game of inches. That was a game of an inch.
That was centimeters.
And as we look at this now, I talked to Coach Tom Kraft at the beginning of the game, and he told me he thought his players had the right mindset for this game. So what that mindset, I think, is that they weren't intimidated. They were going to play as hard as they could play. We didn't know how this game was going to go. Oakdale was beating everybody by 30 points.
Yeah.
And what we're seeing here, though, is a really good high school basketball game. Two teams with some talented players, and what they really have are a bunch of guys playing their hearts out, too. So the Lancers are going to come out of this timeout with Willett, Nolan, Nick Lang, Drew Twillman, and Matt Schiller. And the Bears are coming out with Chase French, Colin Schlee, Musa Crawford, JP DiLorenzo, and Drew Giserio. So they have Polk out of the game here. They're going to go small, probably looking to play a more perimeter motion game. First shot by Lang. Good.
This game's going to be decided right now at the free throw line.
Lancers by 5. 9 fouls on the Bears. Everything's a 2-shot foul from here on out for the Lancers. Lang to shoot the second. He makes it. 6-point lead Lancers, 64-58. Schlee comes inbound to Giserio. Giserio guarded by Twillman. They go to DiLorenzo, who drives baseline. That little pull-up, nice shot.
Good shot.
They scored quickly. 1:04 left. 1:01.
Timeout.
Not sure.
Let's see what the problem is.
The shot clock's running, so there's no way the shot clock should be running.
Right. He's telling them, set it to 35.
And they may be taking the game clock back to where it was 1:03 when the ball went through the basket.
They haven't touched the game clock yet.
I think that's what they're going to do right now.
They're still talking.
Now they're going to go with 59.5 left.
Right.
4-point lead Lancers. Now, the shot clock resets, but it doesn't start until they inbound the ball.
Right.
The clock runs, unlike professional basketball and I think college basketball, it might stop when it goes through the basket under a minute. But here it keeps going. So to me, this is actually to the advantage of Oakdale because the Oakdale Bears are able to set up their press. They got Crawford and Giserio. They're going to face guard Twillman and Lang, and you know they're going to switch on this. Nobody on the ball, and then they're going to have French lurking behind.
Yeah, he got caught. That was a wise timeout.
Zach Willett calls a timeout. See what was happening there, even though it looked like Nick Lang might have been open. Number 34, Chase French, was right behind him. So as you're sitting there and you're the inbounder, you got to realize you got to put that ball right in a perfect spot, because if you leave it out there, French is going to get it, and he was actually going to go right to the basket. So
not only that, but you trap him in the corner, and he's got it's going to be hard for him to get the ball out of there.
Now, I'm not sure how many timeouts each team have left here. I know the Lancers, I believe that's their third timeout, which would mean they should have 2. And then we should see the same, I think, for the Oakdale Bears. They're going to have 2 timeouts. So that also becomes critical here, because one of the ways you can reset, one of the ways you can, get yourself out of trouble if you're being trapped in a corner or something like that, is to call a timeout. So they each have some opportunities left. Now, I do not think Willett's asking right now whether he can run the baseline at this point in time. I believe he can still run the baseline because it was a made basket, and the ball's never come in bounds from there. Okay, so they bring Bernie in for Giserio, because Giserio has 4 fouls. Bernie in with Crawford. Lancers go with their inbound play. They're going to go to Nick Lang if they can. They go instead to Matt Schiller, who goes to Zach Willett. Zach Willett brings the ball up, gets the ball to Nick Lang in the corner. Nick Lang throws it away. Steal. And they call a foul on Nick Lang. Oh, my. 1-1 for Colin Schlee.
And Nick Lang's coming out.
Nick Lang.
Isn't that his fifth?
That's his fourth.
All right.
So Lang with 4, Jazario with 4, Polk with 4. That was one where I think Nick Lang had to understand that those 35 seconds meant more than whatever 2 points they were going to get.
Absolutely.
53.3 seconds left. Schlee with the first of a 1-1.
Got it.
64-61. Schlee will get the bonus.
That was a critical mistake.
We're in here. 2-shot foul here on out. Every foul's a 2-shot foul.
If he makes this, we got us.
Schlee, good on the second. Timeout, Coach Conley.
Yeah.
It's a 30. I think he's calling a 30. Let's see. Lancers had a 6-point lead. Full timeout for Coach Conley.
Oakdale has the benefit of having the right defensive matchup in there. Lancers can't play lights out because they've got too many fouls on them. They don't want to lose. Lang has got to watch himself. He's got to be careful now.
Yeah, and I think the Lancers, what they have to do here is, Oakdale didn't get what they wanted, which was the steal on that inbounds play. But what they did get was they got the Lancers playing at a speed faster than they wanted to go. And what the Lancers have to remember is they're still winning by 2. So now, unlike last year, Michael, there's a 35-second shot clock. Mm-hmm. So because of that, no matter what, even if the Bears play light-out defense, they know they're going to get an opportunity to get the ball. Right. So the play here may not be to foul immediately like it was
last year,
and even last possession when they were down by 4.
Right, I get it. Yeah.
So now you're looking at a much different scenario for the Lancers. Lancers probably want to have their 5 best ball handlers in the game, and then know if they have a timeout. If you get trapped, take the timeout, do what you got to do. It's a 53-second game, and the Lancers are up by 2.
Well, they've got to make something out of this possession.
Zach Willett inbound. Willett trying to get the ball. He gets the ball in the corner to Nick Lang. He goes to Zach Willett. Tipped.
There's the block.
Almost in the basket. Musa Crawford with the steal. J.P. DiLorenzo out front to Colin Schlee. Colin Schlee drives hard, running one-hander. No, rebound. Nick Lang pulls it down. And then the foul. Whoa, what a scenario that was.
It was a huge play by Nick Lang.
Let us reset that for you a second. The inbounds pass came to Lang, who went back to the inbounder, Willett. Willett tried throwing a pass in the air. It got tipped by Crawford and almost went in the basket.
It did.
It went off the rim. The rebound came out to DiLorenzo. They got it to Schlee at the top, who drove, shot a floater off.
Miss.
Nick Lang gets the rebound. He's now shooting 2.
Not only does he get the rebound, but it's contested. There's 4 hands on the ball. He has to rip it away to maintain possession.
Nick Lang makes the first free throw. So Nick Lang, 37.9 seconds left. Nick Lang makes the first. Lancers up by 3.
Big shot right here. Pressure.
Second shot for Nick Lang. Lancer faithful on their feet. Lang makes it.
Nothing but net.
Up by 4. 35 seconds left. Shot clock is on. Jazario bringing the ball up. They're going to go quickly. They're going to go to Schlee. Schlee dribbling on Lang. Gets help from Schiller. Nice job on the switch. To Crawford. To DiLorenzo in the corner. A deep 3. No. Rebound. Comes out to Chase French. Out to Drew Twillman. Drew Jazario was standing out of bounds when he had his hand on the ball.
Yeah.
Therefore, it's the Lancers' ball.
Right.
Coach Conley is out on the court. Well, he's almost.
It's a good call.
He's almost playing. It was a good call by the referee. If the hand's on the ball, then he's got to be out of bounds. Inbounds to Twillman. Twillman getting trapped. Gets it to Lang. Lang. They're not fouling Lang.
Push off on that. He better be careful. There's a foul.
Now they foul. It's going to be either Musa Crawford or Chase French. It's on Chase French.
Linganor's going to win this one.
Lancers up by 4. 11.3 seconds left. Nick Lang shooting 2.
What a seesaw battle it's been in this second half.
Oh, Michael, we have seen some amazing high school athletics here in the last month. From the state championship football game, this basketball game, first shot by Lang is good.
Icing on the cake.
He makes it a 5-point game. Now, Lang makes this, it's a 6-point game. So this is critical because you know they're going to try to get the ball to Schlee for a 3. Lang makes it. They go inbound. Jazario taking his time getting up, 10 seconds. He drives to the basket. challenge, gets it out to DiLorenzo, who dribbled. I'm not sure what that was. Oh, they're going to call a foul on Willett on the challenge.
It's going to be a 3-shot foul.
3-shot foul. DiLorenzo will be taking 3.1 seconds left on the clock. So here's the way this is going to go. If DiLorenzo makes all 3, they're immediately going to foul on the inbounds pass. Lancers are a free throw away from winning this game. They're saying it's a 3-shot foul, I believe.
It is.
DiLorenzo shooting the first. Makes it.
Got it.
68-63. 3.1 seconds left. DiLorenzo for the second free throw. Makes that one as well. It's
now,
a 4-point game.
This?
I don't think you can miss it because you don't have time for 2 possessions.
You get a 3-point play.
I think right here what you do is you try to make it and maybe even foul before the ball comes in. He makes it. Coach Terry Conley takes his last timeout, I believe. They call the 3-shot foul. Okay, so we got a timeout on the court. Linganore High School, Lancers lead 68-65 over the Oakdale Bears.
Oh, you're getting your money's worth tonight, ladies and gentlemen.
3.1 seconds left. Lancers up by 3 with the ball. I believe that was Oakdale's last time out. Oakdale's gonna foul here. Now I'm not sure of the high school rule, but at some levels, if you foul before the ball comes in bounds, it's considered an intentional foul if you foul off the ball. So it'll be interesting to see what they do here. At the very least, they're going to probably foul as soon as the ball comes inbounds. Now, sometimes coaches like to throw that ball towards the forecourt because the clock will start if it gets touched and the like. But you got to make sure that if you do it, you're either getting it to your guy or you're getting it so it's going to stay down here because they're down by 3 at this point in time. Lancers have a chance to beat Oakdale for the first time. They lost twice last year, beat them twice in 2015. Willett inbound. He gets it to Twillman. He's fouled immediately by Crawford. They say 1.3 seconds go off the clock. 2 seconds remaining on the clock. Twillman with the chance to ice it. Drew Twillman with 2 free throws for the Lancers. I'm not sure what Tom Kraft does, whether he puts anybody down low on this free throw, maybe on the first one. Well, there's 2 shots, so it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, it doesn't.
If he makes 1 to 2, this game's academic at this point.
I believe it's already academic myself.
Twillman makes the first free throw.
Wow.
Coach Terry Conley wanted a timeout before that. He's staring at the referees right now because they didn't see him calling the timeout.
Yeah. He's been moaning about that all night.
Drew Twillman with the second. It's off the rim. Schlee with the rebound. Now he calls a timeout. 1.4 seconds left. Not sure why. 4-point lead for the Lancers, 69-65. Michael's going to get crazy in here in a second.
Yeah, if it was 3 points, I could see calling a timeout.
Yeah.
But with a 4-point game, what are they saying?
This is our house is what the tribe's chanting.
Okay.
So, and the Oakdale Bears are making their way, the student section's making their way to the exit. I'm sure Sonny Joseph's going to be standing over there in between the two of them if he's already not. Doing a little police action here.
Well, he's right at center court right now and standing in front of the Lancers crazies, I guess.
All right, so 1.7 seconds left. Lancers 69, Oakdale Bears 65. These are 2 really nice basketball teams. I think these 2 teams are going to meet again at the end of the season at the rate we're going. I'm sure Tuscarora and TJ have something to say about that, but this is a program-defining win for the Lancers right here. It will be underneath Chase French to trigger, Jazario, DiLorenzo, Schlee, and Polk in the game. French is throwing it long. Caught by Polk. Fires it up. No good. That's the ball game. Final from Linganore High School is the Linganore Lancers 69, Oakdale Bears 65. Lancers move to 5-0 on the season. The Bears go to 4-1. Step 2 of this later on in the year, Michael, is going to be a heck of a game.
No doubt. These teams are fairly evenly matched. This was a great ball game, and it was really anyone's ball game to win. All right, we'll step aside for a break, come back for our final wrap-up, post-game wrap-up, and get you out of here. Thanks for listening This is AM 1450, and we'll be right back after this message.
Know someone with a drinking or drug problem? Learn how to get sober after we share these stories.
I was 35 with 2 beautiful children when my life and addiction started to spiral out of control. After my divorce, I went into a depression cycle and started drinking more often and using prescription drugs. After my second DWI and arrest, my ex-husband threatened to take our children away from me.
I was 17 when I became addicted to heroin and meth. I thought I could quit on my own, but I couldn't. It hit me when I was arrested.
Get sober now. Your private insurance may cover costs and we'll get you here. It's simple. Just call Elite Rehab Placement right now. Please, don't wait. Your life matters to us. 800-918-1376. 800-918-1376. 800-918-1376. That's 800-918-1376.
MedOne Pharmacy is the largest locally owned and operated pharmacy in Frederick County. MedOne Pharmacy has 4 locations in Brunswick, Emmitsburg, Middletown, and Thurmont to provide you with convenience, experience, service, tradition, and value. MedOne Pharmacy. Check out their website at med1pharmacy.com. That's MEDONE pharmacy.com today. Or for more information, call them at 301-271-2223.
MedOne Pharmacy is a proud sponsor of Frederick County Public School Athletics.
This is Dave Johnson, radio voice of the Washington Wizards. I want to tell you about an exciting sports store in Frederick. Play It Again Sports. That's right, Play It Again Sports is located on Bucky's Town Pike. If you're like me and you're tired of spending big bucks on sports equipment your kids will outgrow, head on down to Play It Again Sports and sell your old gear and then buy new or used gear. Whether it's lacrosse, football, hockey, basketball, soccer, or ski and snowboarding, Play It Again Sports has all your new and used sporting good needs. You can walk out with new equipment, money in your pocket, or both. Unbelievable. That's Play It Again Sports in Frederick for whatever sport you play.
Serving our community for over 50 years with quality service at a fair price, Brownie's Auto Repair employs only ASE certified technicians. Brownie's is one of only 33 shops in the state of Maryland designated as an ASE Blue Seal of Excellence repair facility. They want to help you maintain your vehicle in a manner that keeps it trouble-free and fun to drive. Stop by today. That's Brownie's Auto Repair, located on Frederick Street in Walkersville, a proud sponsor of Walkersville High School Athletics.
It's the most wonderful time of the year, but also the busiest. During this joyous but hectic time, why don't you take a break by treating yourself to a good quality haircut? Gary the Barber is an experienced professional. Call Gary today at 301-305-7895.
Ladies and gentlemen, to Linganore High School for this exciting conclusion of the CMC Spires, CMC game. Spires and Gambril's division top teams. The Linganore Lancers come out on top 69-65 over the Oakdale Bears. Michael, we didn't know what we were going to get at the beginning of the game. We were hoping we were going to get a pretty good game, and we got exactly what we wanted.
I marked it out. We had 12 lead changes in this game.
And that's a sign of two balanced teams coming at each other, and what I think, as I told you, Coach Kraft said he thought his team had a mental approach for this game, and his team, they battled back multiple times, including that nearly disastrous 2 minutes at the end of the second quarter where they went down by 9 points and were able to come back the whole way and win the game. Really good free throw shooting at the end of the game by the Lancers. Helped them as well. We got some stats and what exactly you would expect from Linganore, number 2, Nick Lang, 29 points.
What?
29 points for Nick Lang.
Is that right?
And joined by number 12, Drew Twillman with 18 points, and number 11, Christian Nolan with 11 points. And Christian Nolan was guarding Colin Schlee a lot of the game. He was rebounding. He was doing a great job. They also got 2 points from Joe Kolick, 2 points from Zach Willett, 2 from Brandon Champagne, 3 from Sean Lang, and 1 from Matt Schiller. Colin Schlee, we knew he was the key for the Bears, and he didn't disappoint either.
The other side, Colin Schlee with 20. leading after that, DiLorenzo with 13. And then we go down to Polk, with 11. Then DeZorio and French tied with 8. And then, just a couple of others trailing behind. So, hey, it's what we expected. It's what we came here for. It's the reason why we picked this game. Looking at the calendar early on, I said, wow, that will be the game.
Yeah, no, and they didn't disappoint. And the Stars played. 49 points between Nick Lang and Colin Schlee. Outstanding contributions by both of the teams. And, this has been something that you and I think, talked a little bit about last week. The Lancers, you go back 5 years, and they had 2 4-17 seasons. Mm-hmm. And it was 5 years ago that they basically decided that they were going to play their sophomores on varsity, and their freshmen were going to be the JV team. And that was the second 4-17 team on the varsity roster, an 11-11 team, I think, on the JV roster. Yes. But what we ended up seeing then from there, 18-8, 21-3, 17-8 last year, and now 5-0 this year. They're, just like the football programs that we see in Frederick County, the successful programs are exactly that. They are programs. And Terry Conley has the same thing at Oakdale. Yeah. They're going to learn from this, and they're going to learn from those couple possessions that they didn't have. But by golly, these teams are not going to lose a lot of games this year based on what we saw tonight.
Well, they call it LOUYA. And the LOU is Linganore, Oakdale, Urbana, and that's your LOUYA. That's your program.
Yeah, we're starting to get to the end of the time where these kids actually all played together at the L. Good, and but I know that the Schlees and the Langs and the families and all that have all been together for a very long time.
Since day one.
It's interesting that the rivalry that these two schools have are really, really impressive at this point in time.
And they're clean rivalries. They're just, these guys have competed against each other. They love to compete.
Yeah, they do. Do you want to see them get Coach Crack?
Yeah, go ahead. I just wanted to make one simple remark about this game is that one thing that was so impressive about this was that these two teams just continued to grow. They grew as they progressed throughout the game. You could see the adjustments, the movement, the progressions as they it's a maturing game. It's early in the season. They've got a long ways to go. It's impressive because that state of mind is difficult in light of the idea that this is Christmas vacation coming up. It's a big time for them, but it's impressive. We've got Coach Kraft here with us. Coach, an impressive win for your team.
Thank you.
Hi, Coach. Great win. Thank you. You guys have now off to a 5-0 start. You told me before the game you thought your team had the right mental approach for this game.
Absolutely.
And what did you think, especially coming out at halftime? What was the mindset of the guys after that?
Well, coming out at halftime, one of the things we told them was, that 7-point lead that they had, certainly it was a 9-point lead. Scoring that last basket of the second quarter was huge, I thought, just from a momentum standpoint. But we talked to them at halftime about, our offense can't generate offense for them. And we just had too many turnovers that led to easy baskets for Oakdale. Once we did a better job taking care of the ball in the second half, I really think that we kind of found our rhythm.
You got great performances by your seniors today. These are guys now, we were just talking about 5 years ago, you went through a couple 4-17 seasons, but you guys moved everybody up. The sophomores played varsity. The freshmen were your starters on your JV team. You've built the program to where you're at. Where now do you feel comfortable that the Linganore Lancer program is at the level of the best programs in Frederick County?
Oh, I think so. I think that the kids have really bought into the mindset of working on their games. In the off season, I think that they bought into the idea that we have to show up to practice every day and work hard to get better. It's just and certainly winning validates a lot of that hard work that you do, but over time, it tends to feed off of it, and I think that's where we are right now as a program, is just building on what we've had the last 4 years.
Are there any more games here before the holiday break, or is it?
We have TJ. We're at TJ on Thursday.
TJ on Thursday, so it doesn't get any easier from here. So you go to work. TJ is a very athletic team. They've stumbled a couple times early in the year, but from last year, I think you split with them and then won a nail biter in the playoffs. So quite a challenge there. And then you're going down to Salisbury, and you're going to go down to Salisbury then and get yourself ready for the second half of the year.
Absolutely.
All right, well, congratulations again, Coach. We really appreciate it. We're going to talk with Drew Twillman. Drew was one of our key players. Drew, congratulations on a great win. Your second half, you guys really played physical and played aggressive. What do you think the key was coming back from that 7-point halftime deficit?
I just think it was like in halftime coming out and like none of us had our heads down. We knew we were still in this game. We just knew we were a couple shots away. We know Coach said right out of the huddle, if we get a 3 or 2 or a big bucket or 2, we'll be right back in this game. And I think Nick had a 2, like maybe a contested layup first, and then I think we had a big 3, which got us back to a 2-point game. And so I think it was just little stuff like that. We were always hitting shots and getting ourselves back in the game, and we kept it up on the defensive end. We got some big rebounds against a big team.
I was going to say that, one of the differences I saw from Linganore teams in the past 3 or 4 years when we would have a hard time finishing those games was the defensive rebounding, and particularly Christian Nolan and Matt Schiller were doing a great job of limiting the Bears to 1.
Yeah, I mean, Christian and Matt are huge pieces for us this year. They're big bodies in the paint, and we're lucky that they're both physical inside, and they'll do anything to go up and get a defensive rebound.
All right, so you guys are right where you want to be, 5-0. You got one more game left, a big Spires Division game coming up this week against TJ, and then into the break. And I know you'll take the trip down to Salisbury. Goals for the season. What are you guys looking at?
Actually, this is a big one. Beating Oakdale has always been on our list, and right now it's to get into TJ, get into the holiday break undefeated. But going forward, we're looking forward to making a run of the playoffs and keeping this 5-0 run going.
Well, congratulations. It was a great game. You had a great second half, and I think if there's anything that you can take away from this, all that hard work Coach Kraft said that you guys do all year long pays off at this time of year. So congratulations again, Drew, and we'll probably have a few Lancer games later in the year.
Thank you very much.
Drew, I got a last question coming out. Do you guys feel any pressure on you with the 3 state championships that are sitting in Linganore's vault right now?
Yeah, really. I mean, we know we have the talent to do it, and we know if we just put in our work and we do our best to come to practice every day and come to these games every day ready to go with our minds right, we know we can put another banner up in there and get 4.
All right. Congratulations, young man. Thank you. That's it, Michael. Good job. We've, victorious Linganore in a well-fought back-and-forth game. We said 12 lead changes in this game. And, I want to remind our listeners that this game was brought to you by Brownie's Auto Care, Cousins Ace Hardware of Thurmont, David Salon, Frederick County Bank, Gettysburg Auto Auction, Med1 Pharmacy, and Play It Again Sports. Thanks for sponsoring. I want a personal note here, Gettysburg Auto Auction. If you go up there on Thursday and you're looking for one of those really special Christmas presents, mention WTHU. You heard about it right here, and you'll get a 20% discount off on your purchase. So that can be a nice little chunk of change for you there. Anyway, thanks for sponsoring all of these great sponsors. Thanks for tuning in. Michael, great to have you here. We'll be back again after the holiday break and do some more good basketball like this.
It'll be exciting, Michael. And, great game. We could have been talking to Coach Conley and Colin Schlee at the end of the game just as well. But those teams, I hope we get to see them both play as this season goes on because they're 2 of the best in Frederick County.
I got to be honest with you. There was a point in this game where I thought we would be, and I hear you.
All right. Well, thanks, Michael. Have a Merry Christmas, and all the listeners. My dad up in Pennsylvania is listening. We'll say Merry Christmas to him.
Happy birthday, Dad.
And
happy birthday. Merry Christmas.
and with a little bit of luck, we'll be seeing some great action after the holidays, Michael.
All right. I want to remind you, finally, this game will be archived, video and audio, play-by-play, and color in its entirety. Be available on our website tomorrow, WTHU.org. Click on Audio Vault High School Basketball. Download it, share it with your friends. It's free. It's our gift to you. Have a great Merry Christmas, and we'll see you next week.